The Church of England. Evangelization began roughly in 4th century. Christianity started in England with the coming of Pope Gregory I by 597. When he came to Britain and noticed little fair-haired children, he was told that they were angels when he said his famous motto Non Angeli, Stangeli. When he became a pope he sent St. Augustine to the King Ethelbert of Kent. That was when religion in England became under the authority of Rome. Evangelization of the Anglo-Saxons continued with successors of Pope Gregory. By the Norman conquest, England was officially united in terms of geography and religion. By 16th century, Protestantism reached England. By 1534, King Henry VIII requested remarriage for a male heir. When Pope Clement VII refused to cancel Henry's marriage to Catherine of Aragon so he could remarry, the English king declared that he alone should be supreme and final authority in matters relating to the English Church, entitled Supreme Governor of the Anglican Church. Pope Clement's refusal can be referred to two reasons: the principle of Catholicism and Pope Clement's interest that lies with the Roman Emperor Charles V, who happened to be Catherine's nephew. Henry, after the Act of Supremacy 1534, dissolved England's monasteries to confiscate their wealth and worked to place the Bible in the hands of the people and made the Church of England independent with the help of Thomas Cromwell, his Vicar General. Beginning in 1536, every parish was required to have a copy. After Henry's death, England, during Edward VI's 6-year reign, was fully reformed and then endured 5 years of calling back Catholicism under Mary I. In 1559 Elizabeth I took the throne and, during her 44-year reign, cast the Church of England as a middle way between Protestantism and Catholicism. Henry had once been a sincere Catholic. His wife, Catherine of Aragon, bore him only a single child that survived infancy, Mary. Henry strongly wanted a male heir, and many of his subjects might have agreed, if only because they wanted to avoid another dynastic conflict like the Wars of the Roses, a fight over the throne mainly because female heirs were taken the right to rule. King Henry decided to remove the Church of England from the authority of Rome. In 1534, the Act of Supremacy recognized Henry as the only supreme head of the Church of England. Between 1535 and 1540, under Thomas Cromwell, the policy known as the dissolution of the monasteries was put into effect. Huge amounts of church land and property passed into the hands of the crown and ultimately into those of the nobility and gentry. The vested interest thus created made for a powerful force in support of the dissolutions. When Henry died he was succeeded by his Protestant son Edward VI, who, through his empowered councillors, with the king being only 9 years old at his succession and 15 at his death, moved the Church of England closer to Protestantism. He was followed by his half-sister, Mary, who restored full connection with Roman Catholic Church and authority, undoing various reforms to the English Church that had taken place under her half-brother Edward. But it was not a smooth restoration. She sanctioned any person that could be suspected of treason by persecution. She was estimated to have killed around 300 Protestants while hundreds were burned at the stake, earning her the nickname Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary was followed after her 5-year reign by her half-sister, Elizabeth I, who issued religious settlement in 1559 that made the English Church to be both Protestant and Catholic. Elizabeth I quickly needed a remedy for England after the years of religious turmoil her subjects had experienced during the reign of her sister. This came after a second Act of Supremacy which recognized royal supremacy within the Church. The Act of Supremacy made Elizabeth supreme governor of the Church, where Church officials were required to take an oath of obedience to Elizabeth. This step by the fresh Queen Elizabeth I crowned the changes her father and half-brother did beforehand, and pushed her half-sister Mary to the corner in history books due to her deeds. King Henry VIII introduced Protestantism to England and his daughter made it royal.